What's the haps? I'm Meroka and welcome to Spiel. Oh, I guess I'm in Haven, so I can't swing my sword. Okay. Well, this is new. We're in Haven for start. That's definitely a new thing. The eagle-eyed amongst you may have spotted a thing that happened in a recent video, or one of the recent Spiels. I hit a particular milestone on a particular piece of armor that I've been working on since time immemorial. That is, to say, I can finally upgrade this dang thing. This thing's been a long time in the works. Oh my, the charged Quicksilver mail. I am going to make it mercurial. I very much got plans to do this. Yay, let's do that. Woo! Charged Quicksilver mail has become mercurial mail. Item moved to my arsenal. Great. That's, I don't know, I just fancy doing that on camera. In case I got any crazy UVs, I suppose, is mostly what that's about. So, yeah, let's go Clockworks. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Golden Pawn Gate, which is Undead's, and allow me to introduce you to my newest loadout. The new loadout that I refer to lovingly as the Flash. So, what I got here? What have I got? I've got Mercurial Helm, Mercurial Mail, and I got on my pet Swift Steps 2 OBS, because that gives me movement speeds very high. Yes, very high, that's what that is. I got my Swift Strike Buckler, because more speed, why not? My Acheron has got some ASI on it, so that's fast. And Dread Venom Striker's already silly fast, so this gonna be fun. This gonna be fun. Let's see what we do. Okay, that's... Oh, I can already run at a ludicrous speed. I hear tell that if you play with the old the Dracons, oh god, I have no defense at all. Oh god, I'm gonna die so fast here. Oh no, oh no. If you play with a Dracon, one of their little buffs lets you move even faster. So, well, that would be interesting. But I ain't got the resources to pour into a Dracon to do that. I got my Dracon on my other character, but that's no use to me here. So this is as fast as Meroka is going to be getting for the foreseeable future. I suppose there are move speed increase buffs that I will be able to pick if I... Oh great, it came back. Damn it. And now I'm poisoned. I guess, yeah, I would be able to pick up those. I don't... They're going to be silly. I can tell you for nothing now. They're going to be pretty silly. You take a bite, take a third bite, and then I'm going to wail on you with some crazy fast swords. Yeah. And there is a person in my video. Lols. Indeed. Okay, so this is a loadout. This is a thing that's happening. Fun times indeed. We'll see how long this lasts before I get completely sick of dying repeatedly. I give it about 3 minutes before I'm like, you know what? I preferred it when I didn't die. Let's stop doing this. Ow, already. You, finish them off for me. Use your powers of... What are your powers? Your powers are not adequate for this. Okay, now I'm in trouble. Because I ain't got a shield to deflect these effectively. Oh god. Oh man. What a loadout. What a loadout. I like silly loadout. This is like playing Hearthstone with gimmick decks. I love the idea. In practice, they're awful. Oh god, it broke my shield entirely. Entirely. That's not cool. Can I have my shield back? Alright, let's talk about things. Let's talk about things and probably change this loadout at the end of the level, if I'm honest. I can't see myself going for very long with it. It's funny, but... it's... I think it's a one and done joke. I can't keep running this joke. Oh man, yeah, let's talk about these... No, let's not talk about Spiral Knights news, there is none. I guess there's still the sleepy boxes, if you're feeling a little bit sleepy. Yeah, why am I charging those up? I don't want to do a charge attack with that. There's like, occasionally, I guess, lumbers, maybe, are like the only thing you can use a charge attack against. And these are not lumbers. Uphill! Oh god, I need that. I need that to live. Nom. So yeah, nothing really to report Spiral Knights news-wise, except that I have made a video about how Spiral Knights really needs a bunch of improvements, and many of you will have seen that. If you have not, go watch that. It's, I feel, some of my better work. It's one of my Let's Talk About videos, which to be honest, I enjoy making, and I seem to be getting slowly in the habit of making more and more frequently, and I'm kind of okay with that. I like punditry. It takes a lot more work, because As I said before, I tend to script things out. Everything that I read in that video, I spent like 2 hours writing out in a Google document beforehand so that I could read it out clearly and concisely without umming and ahhing and veering off topic and rambling and repeating myself 4 times and repeating myself 4 times and repeating myself 4 times and indeed also repeating myself 4 times. Because I tend to do that a lot. Yeah, so that takes a bit of work, but I enjoy making those videos. And I would maybe try to make more in the future. I keep saying that. I don't know what I'll make them about, but if the opportunity arises, I will seize it. I will seize those opportunities. And one of the things I requested in that video is that if you have any opportunities to, you know, throw that video in the direction of 3 Rings and hopefully get someone at 3 Rings to have a look at the pointers that I've suggested and say, hey, don't you think these are reasonably useful and worthwhile game development concepts that maybe you could possibly take on board? Yeah, could you guys share that with them? I don't know. I mean, I guess a lot of people kind of just assume I must have contacts at 3 Rings and stuff, and no, not really. Not really. I mean, I've spoken to people on various occasions, but whether any of them would remember who I was, I don't know. I mean, I got 25 sparks of life from Nick once because I did a charity live stream, but that was a long time ago, and Nick doesn't even work for the company anymore, so that's no good. I've spoken to Eurydice about something once or twice. She probably wouldn't remember me. Yeah, does anybody know anybody at 3 Rings? Can you go tell 3 Rings to improve their game? I don't know. I presume someone out there must have more sway than I do. That's my assumptions here. So go do that, please. Please share that video. That's... so I imagine, to be fair, a lot of what I've said has probably actually already been said by someone at some point in the forums in the past, and 3 Rings have seen it and ignored it, or whatever they do with it. Tossed it in a pile and burned it, I think is mostly what happens to suggestions over there. Not taken on board and used for feedback. They're not... everyone keeps... they do get a lot of praise for interacting on the forums, but to be fair, that's kind of the minimum you need to do as a game dev these days, I would say. There are people that are like, oh, I don't want to criticize 3 Rings. And I'm like, well, why are they above criticism? They're not above criticism. I'm happy to criticize them. I don't think they're doing a very good job at the minute. I will say that. I'll come out and say that. I don't think that what they've done with the game since Nick's departure, quite frankly, has been very good. So, yeah. Criticism. I missed an item. I need that item. What did I miss? I missed a... Fire! I missed fire and feathers. Do not combine the two, otherwise you will have no feathers. Yeah. Yeah, so... I went somewhere and I derailed myself. Yay! What was I saying? Yeah, I don't think... I'm sure other people have suggested these things, and I don't necessarily know that they'll take it on board, but I would like to hope that... presenting the argument in a clear, concise, reasoned, well-thought-out, well-delivered format would carry more persuasion than angrily shouting on a forum. Oh yeah, I was saying about community interaction. Yeah, a lot of other companies do the talking to fans on forums things these days. That's kind of a minimum for community interaction. You kind of need to listen to them as well. Wildstar, the guys at Carbine, they have a tendency to listen to their fans a little bit more. They're still not necessarily going to take on everything on board that everybody ever says, but hey, there go all my Radiant Fire Crystals. Woo! Forging! I don't know why I needed to forge that, but I just kind of did. I realized, like, the other day that I had enough Radiant to level up my Wildfire by 1. I didn't change my loadout. Well, we're carrying on with the Flash. Let's do the Flash some more. Yeah, I could level up my Wildfire by 1, so I did that! And now my Wildfire is level 6. That thing's never going to make it to level 10, let's be honest. Just the sheer quantity that I need for that, combined with how much I play the game anymore. That's never going to happen. Oh no, the cats are coming to eat me. Let me poison them. Oh, yeah, that's a good thought. Yeah, let me poison them, and then you can go kill them for me. Do you want to go kill them? Kill the cats. Come on. Good little healer. Kill the cats that have been poisoned. Oh, that one wasn't poisoned. Oh, the poison wore off. Ooh. Poison needs to last longer. This poison needs to be better. Let's do other things. Let's talk about other things that are not Spiral Knights, and maybe some things that are Spiral Knights. I have some questions that are a little bit Spiral Knightsy, so let's talk about all the things. I am running a little low on the old questions. If you wish to be featured in a future Spiral Spiel, this is absolutely your prime opportunity to say, hey Meroka, what is your opinion on X, Y, Z, and what is your favourite Q? And then I will say, hey, so-and-so asked me this next week, and I will mention you in my video, and you will be slightly famous on the internet. And that's all the reward I can give you, I'm afraid, but it seems to be enough for a number of people. And maybe it will be enough for you. You too can be famous in a Spiral Spiel. Very, very slightly. But for now, we shall do the questions that have been asked of me by other people in the preceding weeks. I have from Deltsu. I saw on TV some people converted sea plants into motorine, but the process is really slow. Whoa, 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 whoa! Check dem drops! Holy Moses! What was that about? Ha! You will never see that again. Wow! That was cool! I got 2 eternal orbs for doing nothing. Nothing, I tell you. I did nothing except make a silly loadout, and I got 2 eternal orbs. Oh, we got more boxes. Come on, give me 3. Come on. Can I have 3? Are 3 happening? Give me 3 orbs. It's gonna happen. Woo! No. No orbs. That was cool. Yeah. Where were we? On TV, some people converted sea plants into motorine, which is a word I had to look up because I was like, I don't know what motorine is. What is motorine? Google tells me that is, I guess, a French question mark term for diesel. So I guess that's a product which has different names in different countries, and I didn't realize that. But yes, I guess what some countries, including France and possibly only France, I don't know. I didn't research it too heavily. Can you tell? Some countries refer to diesel as motorine. We refer to it as diesel. It is a short-ish chain hydrocarbon used as an alternative to petrol, and it fuels vehicles. That's all you need to know about that. The process is really slow. Do you think they could improve that in the future? I kind of had to look this up because, again, it was like, obviously, it's not something I'm well versed on. I had not heard of this. I didn't realize that this was a thing. But I guess it does. Oh god, I'm trapped. I guess it's been around for a while. To be fair, what I found of it from googling the process is I found something by the name of the Fischer-Tropsch process, which might be the same thing to which you're referring. I'm not certain whether it is or not. It seems like it could be, but it is certainly a process for transforming what was just generically referred to as biomass into, I guess, biofuel. You can turn it into a fuel that you can use and stuff, including, not least of which, diesel stroke motoring. So, seems like that would work, but I mean, sea plants are a biomass. It just needs to be material with carbon in it, so it seems like that would kind of work with pretty much any plant. I guess the sea plants were probably whatever they chose to use in that particular instance, but I guess the process could be done with whatever. I couldn't find much about how long the process took, but it didn't seem like it was a big deal. It seems like there are a few plants around the world that have sort of embraced this technology. Indeed, the process was discovered back in the 1920s, I think it was. So it's a technology we've known about for the better part of a century at this stage. It's not like this is a brand new innovation. It may have been that in past times they haven't, but looking at the process now, it seems like, oh yeah, they found, I can't forget, what's the term for it? A catalyst, yes. I guess they've got catalysts for the process that would speed it up now. So I don't think the process is necessarily slow. I think the main issue, as with all renewable energy sources these days, is simply the traditional business issue of pricing. It simply just costs way more to do this than it does just to stick a big drill in the ground and haul up some crude oil. That's just the far more effective way to get fuel for any big business. If you now say, oh well, actually, rather than cheaply and effectively getting all this fuel out of the ground, which is basically free, you know, it's just sitting there in the ground. What we can do is we need to start a farm of sea plants, and then we need to build this expensive plant and hire a lot of very skilled workers to man this expensive plant, and that's going to convert the plants into fuel. Right now, that's just, I think it's just straight up, that's too expensive for most businesses to consider. most of your businesses in the fuel and energy industry, your kind of your oil industries, your big oil industry kind of people, the sort of people that would normally invest in that kind of thing, there's no incentive to invest in that because it costs them more to make it than it costs them to drill out of the ground. And again, coming from the business perspective, it doesn't make any sense to go for the expensive one. From the do we want our planet to survive the next turn of the century perspective, yeah, obviously it totally makes great sense to embrace that, but most shareholders of big companies really don't give a toss about that particular facet of the universe and the world around us. They're more interested in what the next quarterly report's going to be, and whether that's going to be a big number that's going to pay them a big dividend, or whether that number's making a frowny face because some big exec at Shell or whatever decided, hey, you know what would be really good? If we spent all our money on converting plants into fuel, and thereby losing all our investors' money. That would make some investors very unhappy. Which is, as we have so readily established on a number of occasions throughout this particular season of Spiel, money is indeed the root of everything that's wrong with this world. Capitalism, man. Capitalism. It's ruining us all slowly. Slowly but surely, we will all die because of capitalism. Looks good on paper, but ultimately, it's not good. That's what they say about communism, isn't it? I guess it's like communism, but slower. I don't know. I have no idea whether the analogies I'm making are accurate. They're probably not. They're probably kind of weird. Can I blow all these things up? Cat, can you detonate those? Yes, you can. Cool, explosions. Alrighty, note to self, please change loadout, because we're going into a compound, and I don't fancy my chances with the Flash in a compound. The Flash was an entertaining diversion for 2 floors. Let us never speak of it again, because it was very silly. So, as with all technologies, I think that yes, it will be improved in future. Chances are they probably will. The cost of it will, in future, be better than mining for oil. I mean, as oil resources run out, the cost of that's going to go up dramatically. I mean, there's been some weird stuff lately where the cost was like artificially inflated big time and then it crashed and then everyone's like, hey, fuel prices gone down, woo, this is great, let's drive some more. Like, no, you're killing us all. Oh dear. Oh no. Change loadouts, let's do that. Chittering Burrows, that is a Undead Ziz. Let us go with something that would fight an Undead Ziz. What would do that? A Paladin would do that quite nicely. There we go. The old trustworthy loadout, something with a voltage in it. That seems like that would do some damage. Not that very, very silly Dread Venom Striker, for it is very silly. So yeah, I mean, even with whatever that fuel price crash thing was all about, I think, you know, as resources run out, obviously prices will go up. I mean, as resources run out, chances are, if we get to a point where resources are running out, it may be too late for other reasons, but certainly that particular market factor would drive people towards alternative resources. It'd be like, at a certain point, it becomes cheaper to embrace renewable energies and convert biomass into biofuel than it is to drill oil out of the ground, because it's just too expensive at that stage. Oh god, why are there so many? Why do they keep coming out of the ground? Oh no! Scarabs. So many scarabs. What is this? The mummy returns. They keep coming. This is only supposed to happen in that final arena. They're not supposed to happen early on in the level. They're just supposed to go away. They just keep coming. Some more came from where I already was. Let's just go. Nuts to you guys. No. I don't want what you're selling. There's some stuff down there, but I'm not sure I want it. I don't think I want what they're selling. No, go away. You horrible, horrible beasties. They're not beasties, they're undeadzes, but whatever. You know what I mean. Ah, they fly a long way. So yeah, as we run out of oil, I think you may see that process be improved upon, developed, researched, developed, improved. People will find new catalysts, find cheaper ways of making it, find better ways of training the staff to pay them less. I don't know. Yeah, if you can make it run on less skilled labor, you don't have to pay people as much as it is. It's quite a skilled kind of thing at the minute, I think. You have to get a lot of skilled staff to make that run. Whereas, you know, if you can get a trained monkey to man the plant, well, then you don't have to pay the monkey so much. The monkey will work for peanuts. Which is how every other business works. Like, you don't need to be trained to do this job? Great, we pay you nothing now. Like me and my job. That is how that works. I have no skills, I get paid nothing. Oh, that's a nasty room. Yeesh. That's pretty horrible. Gorgos, oh man. I'm gonna need to take a pill. Just to stop this. Need to kite them up a corridor. This is actually a really nasty compound all around, I think. This is nastier than the average compound that I have encountered. It probably doesn't help that I burned all my pills on previous floors while trying to deal with silly armor loadouts. At least my shield can take a few bites now. Right. Boom. No? Why did that not... Where was my shockwave? My shockwave didn't happen. I needed that shockwave to happen. Alrighty. Let's do another question. Wyvernall says, "What microphone do you use?" I use, as I'm on the verge of death, I use a Samsung C01U on the recommendation of Mr. Total Biscuit himself. He didn't specifically recommend it to me, but not too long before I bought it, I saw him reply to someone else on Twitter that someone was asking, "Hey, what microphone would you recommend to someone starting out on YouTube?" And he was like, "Oh, the Samsung C01U is a very solid and dependable microphone that I would recommend to people." And I was like, I will take that under advisement. I'm kind of going against what weirdly seems to be the kind of Let's Play circle jerk kind of thing, which is everybody who does Let's Play either uses the blue Snowball or the blue Yeti. Indeed, I mean they're certainly good budget options. If you're on a budget, the Snowball is probably one of the... It's probably the cheapest professional quality microphone you're gonna get. The Yeti is kind of a step up from it, I would say. So most people usually get one or the other of them. They go on sale pretty frequently on places like Amazon and stuff. So yeah, people tend to pick those up. And the Samsung is, I think, in the same kind of ballpark as the Yeti in terms of quality. It's not like rock bottom. This is professional, but only just. It's professional, and it's okay. It's okay. It's not some £500 microphone, but it'll see you through things. It'll see you okay. And it served me well. I quite like it as a microphone. I would handily recommend it to anybody who is like, "Hey, what microphone should I buy for something in the £60 to £70 price range?" I'd say, you should be looking at a Samsung C01U. Assuming you weren't looking at something like hyper specialized. If you're looking for something for a similar kind of purpose, yes. If you're, I'm on fire. Oh god, this compound is not going well for me. In spite of all those eternal orbs. Nasty. Oh god, I'm actually going to die here. No, put that out. Put that fire out. And grab those hearts. And grab that shield. And run away from the Gorgo. God, they are nasty things. And yeah, that was not a complex question. That was about my microphone. Maya Yi says, "Would you like a swordsman update? What would you like to have in it? Brand new swords or another variant like a Freeze Fang of Vogue?" I don't think a Freeze Fang of Vogue sounds very enticing. Yeah, I would say bombers need more love before swordsmen do. Swords are pretty well catered to in the game. I wouldn't say no to more swords though, because quite frankly more swords are awesome and it's more content for the game, which is what I always needed. Well, this is a fine how do you do. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I really resent using sparks of life when I'm just running the clockworks for lols like this. So, yeah. Could call it here, I suppose. We've had a good day. We've had an okay day. I would like to see more swords. I would not like to see more variants. The gunner update was lackluster for that reason. It was like, here's all the guns you already have. They've just changed the color of it. And now it shoots a different flavor of damage. Which is like, okay, that shouldn't have taken you a year to make. So I would like to see some more unique mechanics. I mean, the Tortodrone stuff was... At least they added some unique mechanics to those weapons. Even if, at the end of the day, I don't particularly rate them as weapons, I don't think they're particularly good, at least they were new and unique. So, more of that, please. More of that. You know what I can safely blame all this on? The flash. I would have had 3 pills to blow on this level. Probably. If I had had the flash. I didn't. If I hadn't had the flash, sorry. If I had not wasted them all on the flash. Yeah. That's to blame. Cool. Short episode, I suppose, but that's actually all the questions I have as well. So that brings us to the end. Please leave me some questions, or I will have to take drastic measures and talk about other things, perhaps. Yes. But for now, thank you very much for watching. I've been Meroka, this has been Spiel, and I'm dead on the floor. I'll see you next time!